Hey there, YouTube! Welcome on back to Artichoke Dip. My name is Rob, solo tabletop gamer. And in this video, I'm going to clear the air on a few things. But if you enjoy the video, please click the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button, followed by the bell icon. Every time I upload a new video, you'll get a notification so you don't miss one. So the first thing I want to get out of the way is I uploaded a video called Rant, my rant, more or less. And first of all, I want to get out there. Thank you for all of you guys, my subscribers, the supporters that supported me, the great comments. Artichoke feels you, man. I feel the love. Thanks a lot, guys. I feel honored. And but in the same breath, I want to get this out there, and I want to make this very, very clear. You younger viewers out there that are watching, you're more than welcome to this channel. I don't care what walk of life you come from. I don't care how old you are, how young you are, any of that. If you're interested in gaming, if you're interested in solo tabletop RPG games, you're interested in fantasy, and you enjoy the genre, welcome on in. That's what it's all about. That's why I keep my channel neutral. I don't want any of that just acidic political garbage. And the point of the video, the point that I was trying to make was this. The satanic panic political agenda in my youth didn't work then. It just created division. It's the same as this new political agenda. It's not going to work now. It's just creating division. And to cement that even more, take a look at what has wound up happening. The authors of Dragonlance, and I can't remember if it was Hickman or Weiss. I would have to look, and I have to dig through this pile back here, and I'm not going to do that right now. But one of them co-authored the original Castle Ravenloft, which started the entire Ravenloft campaign series setting. So there's a lot at stake for Wizards of the Coast, and because of this just political upheaval, what wound up happening is there were some flared tempers, there were some different political opinions, there was breach of contract. And, well, what wound up happening is those authors who were under contract and who hold the real copyrights, the real intellectual property of that name that has just been synonymous with D&D for years, has now sued Wizards of the Coast. And I've listened to about roughly 6 different. 2 of them weren't like videos. I guess you would call it a YouTube podcast is what I'd call it. You just get the one picture with the person talking in the background, and the other 4 were videos. But what I got from all 6 of them, the one number that stayed the same between all 6 was the lawsuit is in excess of $10 million. Some people may think, hey, that's not a big deal. It is a big deal. It is a huge deal. And the reason why it's a huge deal is who is the parent company of Hasbro? If you don't know that, it's Disney. And we all know right now, Disney's not doing too good. Matter of fact, Disney's going down the tubes quick. And as a result of that, if they had any, how do I put this, plans to kind of fall back on D&D, maybe thinking, well, we got this little cash cow back here we can draw upon, well, I think they just ended that as well. And I think they just finally put the final nail in the coffin. So that was the point of the video. That was the point I was trying to make. And like I said, you younger people, you're more than welcome in. I think I can speak for the vast majority of the people on this channel. We loved younger people to come to the table and learn. especially teaching new people how to game. That is, oh man, it's very cool to see somebody's reaction the very first time you set up an encounter. And they roll that dice. It's like, okay, now roll that dice for your damage. Okay, you've done this, and you explain it, and they're like, oh, wow, There's something magical about that. And, that's what it's about. That's what it's all about. And I'm going to bury this hatchet. I think, like I said, I was just trying to make a point of leave politics out of gaming. It has no business, none at all. The way I view politics is like fish. It begins to stink after about 3 days. That's quite true. So, but one thing I did want to talk about with the great viewers out there is, so I did post a video before the rant video, and it was real glitchy. I tried to do a new technique for recording. Turns out it just did not work, and so I went back to the old school way. As you see right here, I guess it gets back to that old saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? So, but what I want to talk about is the new game system coming up. I don't want to give away any spoilers, but I want to see how things should go. And oh man, I can't give away any spoilers, but in a couple of videos you will find out in my playthroughs. And I want to hear from you guys how you think it should go. And we'll find out from there once we get closer to that time. But I asked you guys, hey, what, if you were, had your choice, what game system would you like to see me do a playthrough on? And give me some suggestions here. I got a huge library and pull from them. So I have been keeping tally. I've been keeping that right here. And as I answer your comments, I've been responding to you, and I've been writing them down. And I'm going to have this up until Halloween. Come October 31st, I'm going to tally it all up and get the final count, let you guys know what it is, and then we're going to go with that game system. But, so the first one I had was Dungeons & Dragons First Edition. I got 1 vote on that. Ruin Quest, 2 votes on that one. Blades in the Dark, 2 votes, so those are at a dead heat right now. Palladium Fantasy, 1 vote. Rifts, 1 vote. D&D 5th Edition, 1 vote. Basic D&D, well, hey, that's not far off from Advanced D&D, but it is Basic D&D for 1. So, at this point, it looks like Ruin Quest and Blades in the Dark are, the runner-up, 2 highest on the list, but that may change. We still got quite a bit of time before we get to Halloween. So, be interesting. New game system. I'm kind of interested in looking forward to getting into that and moving ahead with that. So, one thing I have been pondering the idea of, and I've been kind of kicking it around, and I've been kind of thinking about it, but I'm just not too sure how I would like to execute it. And it's just an idea, I will say. And that is, and I'm just going to throw it out. This is just a question. That's all it is. It's just a question. And it may go somewhere in the future, and it may not go anywhere. So that's why I'm just posing it as a question. One of the things I had an idea, and I thought, I had DM'd a game for a friend of mine, and did it over the internet through a face chat, and it was really cool, and we had a great time. We were up pretty late, and yeah, it was fun. And it kind of made me remember, it's like, man, I mean, I play solo so often, I kind of forgot what it's like to be the DM. I kind of forgot what it's like to be, if you will, like the Great Oz, if you remember the movie, like, never mind the man behind the curtain pulling all the levers, throwing coffee everywhere. Dang, artichoke. So, but I thought, what if I could possibly do a game session? Let's say, like, once a month. And people could come to the board, and I could DM a game for them. So that's an idea I've been, if you, basically, a can, if you will, I've been kicking down the road, I've been thinking about. And I more or less would kind of like to hear your thoughts on that. If that would be something that sounds interesting to you, if that would be... and the only reason why I say that is it would give, I think, some of the newer people into gaming that maybe the only type of gaming they have done so far has been solo. Maybe they've never had that experience with a larger group. And I guess we'll have to see how that goes. And like I said, I've had bad experiences with large groups in the past, and I've had excellent experiences. It's kind of went both ways. I've noticed some of the best gaming experiences you have with RPGs is if you can keep it around 3, at the max 4 people. It seems to be pretty interesting and fun. It seems like if you go beyond that, at that point, it just kind of... And that's just me. That's just me. And that's my opinion. At that point, things get a little bit more complicated. Now, yeah. I just remember me and my wife, and this is, man, years ago. This was back when, yeah, 3rd edition days. And we had gone to, and this is when Elias Brothers or Big Boys, I don't know, maybe in your neck of the woods, Big Boys is still around. But we used to have the franchise that operated here, they called it Elias Brothers, and it was known as Big Boys. So we had went there to get one of their breakfasts, and I remember they had this whole entire section that was completely chocked full, and they were playing D&D. And the thing that I was thinking, while this is going on, I'm going to listen to this, and people are, yelling back and forth, and they're like, I do this, I do that, blah, 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 I was just like, man, how is this dungeon master keeping track of all this, man? I mean, literally, it's just like, yeah, 10 tables down there on your right. Okay, wow. So, anyways, I had a very hard time trying to keep up with everything that was going on. I guess he did a pretty good job. People were clapping, having a great time, and yeah. So, anyways, that was just an idea that I've been kind of thinking about lately. And like I said, don't quote me on it. It's not cemented. It's just an idea that has come to mind, and just basically a can I'm kicking down the road to think about. So give it a think. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. Man, I think in this video, that's really what I wanted to cover. I just wanted to do a recap on the Rant video and thank you people out there for all your support. And like I said, I think we're just going to have to realize that the world we live in is a very different world than what it was even 10 years ago. And 2020 is just... I think this is going to go down as the worst year in history. I mean, growing up, I was told, oh, when 2020 gets here, it's going to be so great. You're going to have flying cars. You're going to have, I can't remember what they call those things on Star Trek where they walk up to it and they say, hey, I want a roast beef sandwich. And it just, you know. And you're going to be able to go to a different planet for the weekend and vacation. And it's like, oh, wow, okay. So you're telling me when I get 2020 and I'm old enough, I'll be able to take a, I don't know, a galactic limousine to the rings of Saturn and sit and have a martini and yeah. I don't know about you guys, but nope, no, nobody ever told me 2020 was just going to be just a horrible, horrible year. Wow. Yeah, well, what can you say? I mean, wow. So with that, my friends, I think I'm going to leave the video off on here. Would like to hear your thoughts, and as we get closer to October 31st, I will give you another update on that list, and we will go with what the next game is that I'm going to play. Till then, game on, my friends. This is Artichoke Dip, signing off.